Before I even begin, I want to introduce up my family, the remainder of my family that has the ability to be here today. Declan, Alora, please come up. Come up here. Kieran, I believe he's in the restroom currently. But before I even begin, events are a calendar issue, guys, right? You see a watch on, you see a hat on, you see a shaved beard. That all seems good, but the process is what develops character. I don't want people to identify me by my eloquent speech, right, or the people I hang around, but the family I have behind the scenes. The way I love my wife, the way I love my kids, and the way that I love people that I sit down kneecap to kneecap with. And that's why we are here on behalf of Pro Recovery Power to share education, to share experience, be personal with you guys, because this right here, I'm telling you, if you guys come hungry, this will save your life. It does mine. I continuously show up. I'm in complete awe and reverence to my Lord today. I sit here and I look outside these windows, regardless of the success that I have monetary today. To be able to sit here and be able to serve you guys, there is no greater gift than I can be given. Thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to be here to serve you. Thank you to the island of Hawaii to accept us with complete open arms. So before I begin, may I state there's a life beyond your wildest dreams waiting for you all to walk forth into, right? It says that he who comes hungry shall leave satisfied, but he who comes satisfied shall leave hungry. So when I'm up here today, please be hungry, be attentive, open your ears, because I'm going to share something that's going to save your life. We are books, right? We are books being revealed before your eyes. Books that if you read are a manual to success. But we are just a water bottle, not the water. And I want you guys to really be attentive when I say that we are just a water bottle and not the water. Don't fall in love with the means rather than the end. I'm sure you guys are sitting there and asking, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, like I stated, there's a life beyond your wildest dreams. But what you're going through right now is just the means to the end. Keep your eyes on the land of milk and honey that lays ahead of you all, because there is that land that is right in front of you. You are just a few steps away from paradise, and don't stop until the miracle happens. I'll never forget when I first walked into the rooms. You know, a wise man told me that. He said, don't stop until the miracle happens. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, you just stay planted and watch what happens. And that miracle surely did happen. And I'm a living testimony of that today. So me, Marco, I identify as a grateful, sober alcoholic in recovery, and most importantly, a servant to the Most High God. And I say that humbly, because one has to be humble enough to know that he does not know everything, but be wise enough to identify what he does not know and find he or she who does know. And what man will do in 20 years, God will do in 3 years. That's a promise. I'm very intentional about stating the word recovery. I'm sure the majority of you in here knows what recovery means. But for those of you who don't, recovery means the process or the action to regain something back that has been lost or has been stolen. I am saved and nothing can separate me from the love of God. But I am continuously under construction, also known as the process of sanctification. In that regard, I do not claim perfection. I have been given a brief period of time to speak, so I will do my best to squeeze 5 hours worth of sharing in a short period of time. I enjoy speaking, I love to speak, I love to plant seeds in the minds of the hearts of the people I come in contact with. My prayer is by my share you realize recovery is possible. That's the one thing I can be given. That by my share today, you guys realize that there is a life on the other side for you all. And I'm not here for the healthy. For God did not come for the healthy. He came for the sick. For the healthy do not need a physician. So if you're healthy, I'm sorry, this message isn't for you. Okay? The promises of this life are real. And I'm a simple walking testimony of that truth. I can say with complete conviction that drugs have not had a hold on my life since June 1st, 2019. There is a huge difference, like I stated, between sobriety and recovery. Please don't get the two mixed up. When I became sober, I have eliminated alcohol and drug use from my life. Though I was no longer living under the influence of substances, this doesn't mean that my unhealthy aspects of my life have changed. I don't know how many of you can relate with this, but I was still dealing with the main problem. You guys know what it was? Self. I was the enemy, nobody else. A person in recovery continually making an effort to walk through the issues that caused alcohol or drug use occurrence in the first place, okay? A person in recovery is continually making an effort, continually, not once. My God's a gentleman, and when I wake up in the morning, he knocks on the door, he don't barge in. Free will. I have to make that choice day in and day out. In recovery, we have the greatest chance of maintaining long-term sobriety. Better yet, we have the opportunity to live a happy and productive life with the ability to be joyous and free. Hey guys, I get it. You may not be enjoying your life right now, but I'm telling you that day is coming when you will be living paradise here on earth. Do not stop, just stay planted. You see, what one does behind the scenes evidently will come to fruition in front of the scenes. It was a process of action, continuous discipline, doing the things that I did not want to do, and just most importantly, showing up. There's a big difference from doing and being. A lot of people want to go from information to application, but they miss an important part, which is comprehension and understanding. So as you guys sit here today, it's very important that you guys take this information, right? You absorb it, understand it, and then apply it. Because what'll happen, I know my sister knows this firsthand, right? And we talk about this frequently. So many people want to do. 5 years down the line, they're like, what just happened? And you realize that you left God all the way back behind, and you're knee deep, and you're finding identity in it, right? Early on, we find identity in what? The girls, the pad, the cars. And then when we lose that, what do we lose? We lose part of our identity. So a simple change on actions, being transformed from the inside rather than chasing the things of this world, will identify a house built on a rock rather than a house built on sand, okay? I did and I do what produces results. I call this the growth mindset. Not focusing on the obstacle, but focusing on the opportunity, okay? Really, that's all we have to do, and the rest takes a life on of its own. I'm going to say this, and I want you guys to really listen with a close ear when I say this and grasp this. God gets all the glory. Most people say that as a cliche, but then you see them not living a life that suits the God we're speaking on. I mean it from the deepest depths of my heart. Every day, still, till this day, every morning, I partake in a checkup from the neck up. I leave my angst, my worries, and my stress at his feet. See, it's not for me to take. I ask for him to guide my steps. I ask for God to consume my life completely. I open my heart so he may do mighty, mighty works through me. To walk with authority, wisdom, and that I may magnify him in every single thing I do. To be the ear one has been asking for, and to be the friend that one has been seeking. That's my testimony. That my testimony may lead those whom I come in contact with back to union in the greatness they were originally intended from the very, very beginning. So it really is no longer I who live, but he who lives in me, okay? I get up every day of my life and carry this message for the one who is still sick and suffering. That's what keeps the message and the fire ignited. So let me share with you the course of action that changed the trajectory of my life. I was seeking help in Tennessee a few years back for treatment. I had already been to 15 plus treatment centers. How many of you guys can relate with that? How many of you guys been to 10 plus treatment centers in here? How many of you guys been to no treatment centers? How many of you guys are confused? Okay. So I had already been to 15 plus treatment centers, and there was nothing back at home for me. I got invited to come to beautiful, sunny California. It wasn't so beautiful and sunny at first, but God works in mysterious ways. I came on vacation, and I stood for probation. God knew I needed to be forced to be planted for some time. It was the greatest blessing at the time, but I simply did not understand it. I came to the end of my road when I was in jail, and I had 25 years hanging over my head. How many of you guys have been incarcerated before? I was once blind and today I can see. I was once dead and today I'm alive. God put his hands in the deepest depths of the pit and he said in an audible voice, son, everything you went through was to refine you for the glorious life that I have set before you. And that's what kept me alive. See, everything you guys been through is because he's going to utilize you for a way greater purpose that lays ahead of you. And you may not understand that just yet. He said, eye hath not seen and ear has not heard, nor has entered into the heart of man the treasure that I have stored up for you all in heaven. I said, me? And that's the other one right there. Curly head. Raise your hand, see? Raise your hand. Right? I said, me? He said, I choose you. My story consists of jails, institutions, death, seizures, overdoses, steroids, loss of relationships, needles in the side of my neck, stealing, lying, manipulating, you name it, and I've done it. And yes, all the promises to that life are real as well. If you guys want to end up in a casket, be in jail for the rest of your life, keep getting high. It will progressively get worse. That's a simple promise. What it's like today, this is my favorite part of the share. I came to the rooms because I was attracted to who the individuals were, not what they had. A man said, if you want what we have, you do what we do. How many of you guys in here want a better life for yourselves? I want a better life every day. I still haven't arrived. I serve a God of increase, so every day I'm growing. The most successful, that includes spiritually, mentally, and physically, and it's time to learn, time to open up my ears. Stop listening with my tongue and listen with my ears. I was real good at listening with my mouth. At that time, I met the two things that I loved more than drugs, which is the presence of God, which I yearn for every day, and helping people, just like you and just like I. I am super blessed today. I am overly favored. I am loved, and I am the palm of his hand. And I can say that with complete confidence today. See, I don't know how many of you guys speak to yourself like that behind the scenes, but that type of talk right there will save your life. Because the narrative we share with ourselves is the narrative we're sharing with the world. So what does the story look like that you're sharing with yourself? If I had the rest of my life to explain how good God is, I wouldn't have enough time. You see, even if you don't know him or love him, his love for you does not change. And that's what my message really is up here to show you guys today, is that his love for you will never change, regardless of what you do in your life. I may mess up, I may fall short, but he never does. You have a standing miracle, me, sis, my wife, children, brothers, sisters, right before your eyes. So if you believe it's not possible, that's a complete lie. Relationships have been restored. I have been restored. I am an owner and a founder of an organization by the name of Journey to Solutions. We are a resource center where we facilitate and help drive forth solutions to the masses. I have been given the honor and blessing to sit forth on the board of numerous nonprofit organizations, and we help people all over the nation. We serve people with addiction, mental health, as well as those on the opposite side of addiction, which is my wife and my sister Marisol right in the back. There's nothing that fills up my cup like seeing a life being restored. I get to work side by side with amazing, beautiful people on a constantly daily basis. Imagine, I get to travel the world and share a message of redemption with everybody. Who wouldn't want a life like that? I get to come to Hawaii, born in New York, raised in Jersey. My family are immigrants from Sicily. My father came to America with $5 in his pocket. And when he used to sit on the toilet, when he lived back in Germany, his ass used to stick to the toilet because of how cold it was. Those are the humble beginnings I come from. Me and my brother used to share a room, all three of us together. And today I got a life beyond my wildest dreams. And you know what? I come inside here and this fills me up more than anything outside there, any type of monetary success that I ever received. I get to penetrate the minds and hearts of people on a regular daily basis. I get to take them out of bondage and lead them into freedom. He's called me, a drug addict, a dope fiend, like I once was, into freedom to lead others to freedom. I'm happily married with beautiful kids in my life who are present for this very event. These kids get to see something bigger than they once saw. They got vision that they can travel the world. That for me is the greatest gift that I could have ever received. I am forever grateful for that opportunity. But where much is given, much is required. In the kingdom, there's this saying where I'll all see you one day. He whom is greatest shall be least, but he whom is least shall be greatest, and he whom is greatest shall serve he who is least. So if you guys want to be greatest, it's time to serve those who stand around you. The light that shines brightest is the one that shines at home. Guys, love the people you are with and simply enjoy the ride. Enjoy the people that are around you. Life is a mirror reflection. If your life is shitty, you know what the problem is? You. If your life is good, guess what? You're doing something right. Okay? For any of you that may be shy, because I once was, and don't want to come up to me after the meeting, here's your opportunity. Take out your phones. Here's your opportunity to any of you guys that may be shy. Because like I told you, we are a manual to success, and it's up to you guys to read that manual. If you guys don't read that manual and you're not willing, there's nothing that we can do for you guys. And we didn't come here, travel 2,500 miles for no reason, okay? My number is 908-670-0040. If I have something you want, please feel free to contact me. Thank you all for giving me your ear, and I hope there was something I shared that you may take along with you all. God bless you.